regarding the Andhra Pradesh Congress Committee Chief Raghuvira Reddy and for the ugly manner in which he was received. It was believed to be a heart-rending welcome there by his supporters on Saturday, but in an attempt to welcome him, his supporters outrageously, believe it or not, these visuals are hard to believe. They actually ended up tying pigeons to rockets, stuffed them into a rocket, wrapped them into newspapers and fired them in the air till they died out of being blown up with the rocket. Now, this brazen act of the Congress supporters has raised many eyebrows, especially amongst animal rights activists, of course. It's also caught the attention of several animal rights activists across the country on why this was necessary. How could a welcome of this nature could have gone ahead in the very presence of this Congress leader, Raghuvira Reddy? Our correspondent Dev Ankur with further details on this. Dev, are we getting in a word here from Mr. Reddy's office on this?
Well, what we are given to understand is that what happened was in the presence of the Andhra Pradesh Congress Committee Chief, Mr. Raghuvira Reddy, and he was present at that point in time in the West Godavari district of Andhra Pradesh. The police has taken cognizance of this matter. It has registered a case in this matter and is investigating the entire matter. But we're also given to understand, Seher, is that the Congress workers indulged in this kind of the most gross, uncivilized, barbaric act in a bid to appease their boss, who was present at that particular venue. So what the police is investigating, whether it had the approval of the Congress committee chief or not, and whether and how was it that all of this happened and there was no objection which was raised. So the police is covering the entire ambit of the matter and is investigating the case, but it clearly is the most gross, uncivilized case of cruelty on the pigeons who died because of the kind of incident that occurred out there.
Absolutely appalling, Dave. As you get us those inputs, we are playing out these shots as well. Stay with us, getting in more inputs, more details from our colleague, our correspondent Sita with us as well. Sita, how the Congress workers, while we've not still gotten a word there from Raghuvira Reddy's office on this, but how the Congress workers really justifying this inhuman act?
Well, there's a party meeting at West Godavari in Kovuru. And that is where, along with the other ministers, the APPC Chief President Raghuvira Reddy had gone there. And, the Congress workers in West Godavari were, got overexcited with his visit. And, the party workers, freed two pigeons, firing squibs tied to their legs. The pigeons collapsed and burnt alive with the heat generated from the crackers. And, along with the other opposition party, the villagers, they have complained to the wildlife activists.
All right, wait, Sita, we're trying to get in a word here from animal rights activists on this as well. But Dave, talking about any case perhaps that could be filed against the party workers for this act?
Well, the case has been registered here in this matter. The police has taken cognizance and is also apprised of the seriousness of the matter, the kind of cruelty that was committed by the Congress workers in the presence of their chief. The villagers have also taken cognizance of the matter. Clearly, there were shockwaves that was sent across the village. When this particular incident happened in Kovuru, it's quite apparent that they were trying to please their boss, but in a bid to do that, they clearly committed the most uncivilized act of killing the two pigeons.
That's
they perhaps
right, Dave.
were aware of the kind of consequences.
Stay with us, Dave. We're getting in a word here from the Congress. Ms. Poonam Prabhakar of the Congress with us over the phone line. Thanks for being with us, Ms. Prabhakar. What really explains this?
That is actual. The leadership don't know. Some actors, they done it. That's wrong. But there is traditionally they are doing for all parties. Actually, it is not small thing, but our leadership, even though they know, they not organized that.
No,
program.
but you're saying traditionally, Mr. Prabhakar, what kind of gross tradition are we really looking at here?
Not in party, that is a commercial activity. Actually, the local worker, to bring new enthusiasm, this type of program they have done. This is not good, I told, I am condemning this type of activity, but
yes,
it is unfortunate. The leadership don't know, so you are fixing as a guilty. That is not good, na?
No, but Mr. Prabhakar, the leadership was there. For whom this grand welcome was set, he was very much there.
Yeah, they are very much there, but they don't know, na? They are receiving garlands or seeing someone looking that way, this way. I am also if anywhere going, some workers will do. We are not observing that thing now.
So you're saying, Mr. Prabhakar, the workers voluntarily did this?
Voluntarily, yes, definitely voluntarily. Someone like Gully, Chota Mota leaders, they are that type of workers.
All right.
Workers.
Having established that this was voluntarily done, not in the know of the top leaders, not at least in the know of Mr. Reddy, who was present right there, though, what action are you going to take against the workers? What action will the party, what action will the Congress party take against these workers?
That worker is not identified worker also. You can note this point because that worker is normally public gathering is there. Someone leader, maybe some Chota Mota leader, they organize this, definitely party will take
Mr. Prabhakar, you sound so lackadaisical about this. I'm sorry to say this. What do you mean that it's not identified? You can identify the worker based on this visual footage that we are playing. Show some mettle in taking action against this inhuman act by saying that we were unaware and we are not responsible for this. At least the least you can say is that we're going to be identifying these workers whose faces are clearly visible while they're tying up the pigeons into the rockets and blasting them off in the air. At least show some conviction that you will take action against this inhuman act.
Yeah, definitely. I told that definitely action will be there. But that worker, Chota Mota worker, not eligible to receiving action. We are ready to take action. And first of all, we are telling that activity is not good. We are condemning that 100%. Every man should be condemn that thing. We are not saying that is a good activity. We appreciate it. How can we say? Definitely condemning.
How about Mr. Raghuveer Reddy? How about Mr. Raghuveer Reddy? When is he willing to speak to the press and condemn this? All this was done in a bid to welcome him.
Raghuveer Reddy ji also we will condemn. Every party one, every human being will condemn it.
Let's get in a word here from the BJP. We have Mr. Krishna Sagar Rao with us over the phone line. Mr. Rao, did you find conviction here within the Congress of wanting to take action against these workers?
So basically, if you look at what's happening in Andhra Pradesh for Congress and what has happened, they have been swept out. They have zero representation in the assembly. They haven't still learnt any lessons. It's atrocious that they're tying birds to rockets and I don't know what they're celebrating. Looks like Congress both nationally and at the state in Andhra Pradesh has lost its plot totally. And they're indulging in mindless games. I think this should all end as soon as possible.
All right, that being the view of the BJP, once again, of course, extremely political there. No one's really speaking out unless, of course, we have the animal rights activists there who are absolutely outraged with this act.